Handling the legal paperwork. I have an escrow company, or we have an attorney who will handle the contract, is typically how for sale by owners respond to the question about handling the myriad of documents it takes to sell a home these days. Hi, I'm Ken Krotz, a managing broker at eXp Realty with over 35 years in the real estate brokerage and investing business, and I have a passion for real estate. Here are a couple of thoughts. Number one, escrow companies are not trained, qualified, or legally able to negotiate contracts. In Washington State, escrow companies are licensed to perform the limited practice of law under a LPO or limited practice officer's license at the company. Their license permits them to draw up legal documents for closing following expressed instructions in the purchase and sales agreement. While they deal with real estate contracts every day, they're not trained or authorized to create purchase agreements. Any who do are subject to disciplinary actions and potential loss of their license. Ask a few questions if your escrow company says they will handle the contract. Number two, attorneys who draft your purchase and sale agreement typically represent neither party and are, for the most part, memorializing the agreement you and the buyer have reached. So your contract will represent what yourself and the buyer have already agreed to. By the time you go to the attorney or helpful escrow person, the negotiation is already over. They're there to dot the I's and cross the T's. As your agent, we negotiate from the very moment we make contact with the buyer or their agent. What information is represented and presented and how it's represented has a big influence on your outcome. Every communication, nuance, and presentation is part of the negotiation process that eventually leads to an agreement. Then, from the time the agreement is reached through the various contingencies, addenda, notices, responses, and negotiations, we represent you. As your fiduciary, we are legally obligated to put your interests ahead of the buyer's and even our own. I do this with pride, as I consider it a privilege to represent your interests above all others. Call me now and let me show you how awesome representation you can get when you hire us. I'm Ken Krotz at eXp Realty. When you do what you love, people love what you do.